Now, your Storm Tracker team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Sam Parrish.
Welcome back, everyone. Another summer afternoon across the area, and as a result, we had some scattered thunderstorms across the metro area over the last hour and a half. You can see the wet pavement there on our tower cam looking up to the north and west. 78 degrees, rain-cool degrees at the airport, 70 on the dew point, so we feel a little bit warmer at 81, southwest wind at 8. Here's a look at our exclusive live Viper. Let's zoom in on some of the showers that are up near St. Francisville, just to the west of there, and also near Gurley and Browns and Battle to the north of Slaughter. A little bit of a shower there. Here's what's left of the storms that moved through the metro area. Just a little bit of activity down near Bruns and also back to the west. A little bit of showers near Morley, extending down towards Crescent. And that's about it. But we're going to see more thunderstorms tomorrow, and I think they're going to be more widespread as well, as we have deeper moisture starting to move in from the east. So right now we're looking at temperatures in the 70s, including Baton Rouge up to the north and east. Meanwhile, it's still 85 in Napoleonville. And of course, when you factor in the dew point, it feels a little bit warmer. 97 is what it still feels like right now in Napoleonville, 96 in Thibodaux. So it's still a pretty uncomfortable evening down to the south. Meanwhile, up to the north, it feels like it's in the 70s, actually closer to the actual temperature. Here's a look at the heat dome. Over the last few days, it's been dominating the eastern half of the country. As we go through time, it's going to weaken and retreat back to the west where it belongs. And we're going to be watching this low moving in from the east, and that's going to bring in some tropical moisture with it. And then we have another low behind that, and that's going to keep the rain chances going into the early part of next week. So we have several chances of storms. Here's tomorrow's precipitable water. This just basically shows how much water available is in the atmosphere. And you can see that the best chance of storms tomorrow are likely going to be in and around the New Orleans area. Wouldn't be surprised to see some flash flooding down there if they do get storms. And then on Saturday, you can see the moisture deepening up a little bit. And then especially on Sunday, you can see a large area of large precipitable water values, and that means the rain chances are really going to increase as we go into Sunday. But we'll still have them tomorrow too, especially along and south of Interstate 10 across the area. And then as we go into Saturday, the storms are going to be more isolated in nature. And then on Sunday, the storms become more widespread again across the entire region with south to southwesterly winds as we go into the early part of next week. Lows tonight in the mid-70s with some isolated showers. And then tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms again with highs in the low to mid-90s. And then as we go into Saturday, you can see some showers maybe in the morning, but very few and far between, lows in the 70s. And then Saturday afternoon, highs once again in the 90s with isolated thunderstorms. And then a better chance of storms on Sunday with a 90-degree high. And the 90s continue with us into the early part of next week with scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon. That's a look at the forecast. Let's go back to the news desk with Andre and Christina.